Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Karina and today I'm going to be doing another Amazon FBA video because that's what I do. So this video actually is going to be about why Amazon FBA is not enough and why you need to do more than just Amazon FBA. You know, and this goes into a mindset primarily as well, because as things develop and as things change with time, there's going to be more competition, there's going to be newer strategies, and you really have to keep up with that. Because if you continue doing everything the old way, the same way, in a year it's going to be completely different and probably not even work anymore. Things are so dynamic, especially in the e-commerce world, that if we don't keep up with it, we're literally just going to be left behind, left in the dust. Yes, it sounds a little scary, but at the same time, if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't even have this e-commerce opportunity. Because think about it, there's so many stores that have been shutting down. If you Google how many retail stores have been closed, it's like by the hundreds just in the last few years. And why do you think that is? It's because e-commerce took over and no one ever foresaw it. Those stores that went out of business didn't think about the fact that, hey, like maybe we should kind of catch this trend and start selling online like everyone else does. And ultimately, in the end, Amazon took over because Amazon took things online. Other stores didn't. Other stores that are out of business. Amazon is $1 trillion company. So that kind of goes to show that we have to be adaptable. And even though it's scary, if it wasn't for that adaptability and for that change, we would not have these opportunities. So even though Amazon is great and amazing, that shouldn't be your only sole focus and your only thing you're depending on. Because even looking back 1 to 2 years, Amazon was way less competitive to get into. You could literally just put up a listing like 3 years ago and it would sell without having to do like PPC, anything, because the competition wasn't enough. Not many people saw the opportunity. So those sellers who got in at that early stage now are probably at like 7, 8 figures because they launched so many products when it was easier. However, it is still way amazing to get into it now, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you should stop because you can't just put up a listing and it doesn't go up. But even when I started out, I've noticed in the last even 4 to 5 months, things have changed so much that if I didn't relearn how to do them, and if I started with the skills I knew back then today, I would not have a successful product, just because things change. A prime example is the Amazon terms of service when it comes to reviews. In the past, you could literally just pay someone to post your review. You can have incentivized reviews left and right. There were services where you could buy reviews and they wouldn't get shut down. You could post in Facebook comment groups. You could just get family and friends to review it and it would be no big deal. But now, and even 4 months ago, it was still possible to just ask people for reviews and Amazon wasn't so strict. And then all of a sudden, thousands, hundreds and thousands of reviews got taken down by Amazon because they buckled down on it, and now you can't do the same method. So you have to think outside the box. How do you do it? In the past, you could just, like I said, put something up and it'd be fine. But now you're looking every single day in your niche, there is like 5 other sellers or at least 1 person that's trying to get into the niche. So you cannot be bottom feeding like everyone else, guys. Just the number one thing I want you to take away from this video is to always learn and to always advance. Because if you do everything, if you just expect to find a good product and put it on there and hope that it sells, you are going to fail. That is not how this works. That's not how life works. You have to find other ways. You have to be creative. You have to put thought into it. So, for example, you look for a product that already has Amazon traffic, but however, after you do that, maybe you launch one product successfully, why don't you develop your next skill, for example, thinking of, hey, how can I drive outside traffic in? Look into Facebook ads. Honestly, like after you master the Amazon FBA model or launch one product successfully, I strongly recommend taking a high interest and learning in detail, in great successful detail, to the point where you can successfully carry through Facebook ads, because that is basically more control. You get more control of that. If Amazon were to go down, if Jeff Bezos was like, you know what, kind of want to retire. I have all the money I need. I'm just gonna shut down Amazon, which I doubt will happen. But if anything changes, if your account gets banned for some unknown reason, because they can do that, they don't care. I mean, they care to an extent, but at the same time, it's a $1 trillion company. Even if you're a 7-figure seller, it's still such a small fraction that they will be courteous to you, but there's always a chance because you do not have full control of what's going on. So it's not even about the business model, it's about the skills that you attain. So if you have a skill of knowing how to do PPC, if you have a skill of knowing how to market in a sense of having photos and convincing descriptions and bullet points, if you know how to drive outside traffic, which is such an invaluable skill that is literally, I think everyone should master if they want to make it into the, like, if they want to make a long-term business model. Because if you have those separate skills, and if something were to go crashing down and your business were to somehow end, you could just take those skills and start something else. You can start Shopify, you can start your own online site, you can use Facebook ads to drive traffic somewhere else. You can build incredible listings with your knowledge from Amazon. So I strongly recommend not looking at this whole business model as the means to an end. I recommend looking at it, the whole thing, as you just learning and developing skills as you learn a business model that you can apply to other things. Don't look at it as, if you're launching, for example, I don't know, pens, don't look at it as, I'm gonna make these pens the best pens and that's all I'm gonna focus on, pens, PPC for pens. Think of it as, how can I make a product listing compelling? What goes into marketing and human psychology that I can sell these pens? What are the patterns and products? If I were to apply the same strategies to, let's say, pillows, could I sell these pillows as well as I sell these pens? Can I take any product and make it work? If I can't, then what is this product that I'm trying to launch missing that my other successful product didn't have? It's just all about making those connections and patterns, not necessarily of just being obsessed in launching one product to make money. Because even if you find an $100,000 profit product a month and you only know how to launch that one product, if some big guy like Staples comes in with similar pens and they launch their pens and get all this marketing into it and money behind it, then you'll be crushed. And then that's your only source of income, and all you know is how to deal with pens, but you don't know any of the skills that go into it. You didn't take the time to learn and to adapt. So I highly suggest that you guys do that. You get on that bandwagon. If you hear about a trend, if you hear about a new software that's being used to help Amazon sellers, if you hear it, which is actually the best, because if you hear it and it's working for someone else, but you don't necessarily see it on all the YouTube videos, you don't hear about it in all the podcasts, that means you might actually be onto something. Why don't you look into it and see if you can implement it? Because those who implement these trends early are the ones that end up getting the most reward from it most of the time, because they get into it. Like, even a lame example that I know is completely overused is fidget spinners. Those who got into the trend early capitalized on it, made a bunch of money, and then the trend died out. But then those of people who were trying to come in late, when they already saw the sales all over like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over Amazon, in Walmart, on the street. I remember I was even in Russia like 3 years ago, and they were literally selling them on the street in Russia next to like Matryoshka dolls, which are these tiny little dolls that go into each other. It's a Russian thing, but it's like, if you try to get inventory at that point, like, you've missed the trend. And same with everything else, same with new softwares. And yes, you still might be able to, you know, learn and use it, but it's always better to just keep as updated as you possibly can and always continue to educate yourself so you can have the upper hand in your business and skill development. I hope that is helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want more videos. You can always talk to me in the comments or on my Instagram account, DM me, and I'll answer you guys all. But yeah, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have an amazing day.